We're here doing another walkabout, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for checking out my video. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, hit that little bell icon. Know when I'm putting out next video. Thank you very much, and I appreciate it, you guys. Anyway, today, well, like I said, we're just doing regular random topics. I'm back in my head. I heard a topic that made me laugh earlier today. It was a it was an interesting one. Again, it was a video of a kid basically being savage, right? Ladies and gentlemen, nothing more savage than a child just being innocent. And let me explain that, because basically the story was this lady was just basically berate. This family is having a Thanksgiving dinner, right? And apparently one lady just decided to be the queen bee, and she thought, you know what? I'm gonna insult everyone and anyone. I'm gonna give everyone shit, right? Uh, Tim, Uncle Tim, is being berated for having a useless degree, or over here, Aunt Sally over here is, you know, very, very stupid for not, you know, saving her money for a new condo, shit like that, right? And I'm laughing my ass off, going, "Oh my God, this is just bad." But then I thought, wait, and then they're talking to about a little girl, little boy. Little boy is just sitting there eating his dinner. You know, everybody's talking adult stuff, and this little boy is just eating. And all of a sudden, the lady goes, "See, now this is what you get if you don't apply yourself in life." I'm like, okay. I mean, I see where her patterns is, but here's the part that got me. Here's the part that made me laugh. Little boy goes, "But Aunt Susie, I don't see anything wrong with what they're doing. Plus, you're the only one that's being mean and selfish. I mean, after all, your boyfriend that you said that was coming, I heard on the phone." Uh, Thank you for telling me that. I didn't know that. Hey, what's up, Yakuzumi? Akid, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And Kin, I appreciate the thought. Anyway, the joke was little boy basically roasted this lady, going, so your boyfriend said he wasn't coming because he knew that there was gonna be kids and he doesn't want to be with the Aunt Sally. What's up, bitch? And I'm like, damn. The worst part is a 6-year-old kid asked this question, and I'm laughing my ass off, going, you know, it's really bad when a little kid actually asks you this question with all sincerity and all like innocence, and it made me laugh so hard. Oh, thank you very much, and arigato for checking out my video. I sincerely appreciate that. And by the way, arigato is the only Japanese I really know. I know other words, but let's just say they're not really nice. But thank you very much for checking out my video. I appreciate it. Haza. Um, I'm from United States. Thank you very much for checking out my video. Yeah, I can't read kanji. Sorry, I can't read kanji, so you have to speak English. Sorry, guys. Either English or Spanish is the only two languages I know. But thank you for checking out my video, guys. I sincerely appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button as well. I would appreciate that. Helps the channel out. Um, Hopefully you guys. How's the weather over there in Japan? I always wanted to check out Japan. It's one of my few things that I'll probably never be able to get a chance to do so. Because Japan is one of my favorite countries in the whole world. Um, and honestly, it's for different reasons. Two reasons. One I love to see is some of the food there. I love to eat the food. You get my uncondigned love. That's what you get. Nah, I'm kidding. Guys, I'm actually doing something, but it'll be funny. Uh, I'm almost kidding. Um, no, between you and me, folks, I am considering doing a reward system, but the problem is, um, probably won't be for a long time because I'm waiting until I get to at least 5,000 subscribers, and I'm way under that level. I mean, I feel like I don't mind doing this kind of thing, but it would have to be when I get to like 5,000 subscribers and then beyond. Like, it would help very much if you guys check out my videos, subscribe, um, you know, see my videos on their entirety. It would definitely help the metrics on top of the fact that the algorithm is just ridiculous. Um, it would sincerely help the channel if you guys check it out. But I would sincerely help ask you if you guys would help me out here. Um, but um, you know, my like I was saying, my one of my favorite things about Japan is their food. Their food is very unique in the sense that I've actually had some of their weirdly tasting flavors of ice cream. And mind you, I never thought that certain flavors like tea would be perfect for ice cream. I feel like I've actually had their green tea ice cream. It's actually not bad. Not my no, not my, one of my favorites, but it isn't a bad flavor. It just takes a lot of getting used to. It's like one of those acquired taste kind of flavors. One of my favorite things about I love Ramenade. Ramenade's one of my favorite soft drinks as far as Japan goes. Another one, another good one. I definitely love you guys' sushi. Oh, it's amazing. Um, and of course, I cannot deny why I love Japan so much. I'm a major otaku. Like, yeah, I know what that means, more or less. I'm basically a major league fan of most Japanese uh, anime, and I love how certain countries here, in certain countries, especially the United States, have their own version of anime, and it's not really technically anime, but it's like which in the style of anime. A good example, Avatar. One of my favorite concepts is the fact that it is definitely inspired by anime in general. Most people don't know what I'm talking about, but if you look at the over exaggerated artwork, the expressions, a lot of it is basically pure anime. It is basically inspired by anime, and my one of my favorites is definitely One Piece. I definitely love an older one. It's called Shaman King. I love it. It's great. Great stories. Like, that's one thing I love about anime is like I love the stories that go into it. Here's my favorite. Here's my favorite concept. When stories take a certain so further into what we study, I
Next stop, Rio Colorado Parkway, and Westwood,
Steve
Westwood High
and
School.
the main characters. The one thing I love about it is the whole story. Weirdly enough, goes all the way around. Let me explain what I'm talking about there. So when you hear the story and from the beginning, you would think that the story doesn't exactly follow the way I see it is hearing the story is like cohesive all around the main character. it's not only games, because certain games have it, other games don't. I love when games do have it, because it gives the game more flavor, more it's like the difference between mild curry and very spicy curry. Mind you, both are delicious, but I prefer a milder. As far as flavor goes, I like something spicy that has a strong kick to it. Now, the point is, but the story entertaining, spicier, it's running next episode, next installment. My favorite so far, and I'm kind of iffy on wanting to finish it right now, on Solo Level. I love that series. I love the first year and season. It's kind of on the dry side until a certain point. It's not until like the third episode the series gets less deep. And then from there, it gets even hotter and hotter. The action gets better. Animation is like the story gets better and better. Characters go deeper. Like I love it. My favorite things. If you guys don't know what it's about, it's basically about a world where people live in a world invaded by dungeons. Again, they're dungeons. They're basically magical worlds, dimensions, and magical beasts that basically have the potential to kill humanity. The difference is the people that go into these dungeons are hunters or making encounters. Here's the part that is kind of tricky about the series. These powers don't have this kind of scaling effect. I mean, it's normal. You get your ability and it stays where it is. Like if you have a full ability like fire, starter, or whatever, that's great, but that's as far as you ever get. You'll never go any further beyond that ability. You might be able to use it better at certain points, but you won't be able to get it stronger. Except for the main character. The main character developed at one point. It went from the weakest of any hunter out there becomes number. That's why it's called solo level. It's only one that has to basically scale his powers to a certain level. And then, like so far, right now, they're finally getting to the point where they fight off monsters left, right, and center. Virtually single-handedly. Until it's to the point where you get the ability to, it's called, it's basically something it's called shadows. And it's literally a one-man army. And the cool part is he can kill most monsters. Like, I guess the biggest thing is the monsters have to beat him, and or at least on the same level, and he can actually make them his own. And that's what the thing that goes about it is. I mean, seriously, guys, the very deep voice. Thank you very much. So the cool part about this series, I love it when he does it. He kills monsters, and he's like, okay, so now you're gonna be part of my crew. All right, and it's such a trippy way, such a deep voice. You hear a rocks, and all of a sudden, monsters starts appearing, but in a very shadowy, ghostly kind of factor. And I'm like, oh, damn, this is gonna get good. it's so cool. And the one thing I love about it is and a lot of these protagonists, like they are so uber chad aura. Like, you know what I'm talking about, guys. The uber chads, the guys that are like muscular or like buff or whatever. No, this guy is lean, but dude, I wouldn't fuck with him because he can grab a tree and toss it at you from the root. He can grab the tree up and toss it at you at like 900 miles an hour. I'm like, God damn. And mind you, I've seen situations where in the in like first few episodes where he's like basically, squatting or whatever, and he has his shirt off. Dude, every one of the girls around him are like, oh my god, I want to be all over him. I want to be melted butter to be on his abs. And I'm like, dude, like that's how he is being portrayed from every one of these girls. And I'm like, you lucky son of a bitch. Like half these girls are spawning for his asshole, and he doesn't know any of it. It cracks me the fuck up. It makes me laugh so hard. Like, dude, it's a running gag. If you look up solo leveling waifus, like there's actual videos of how they're either rated or how bad these girls are dripping all over him. It makes me laugh so hard. I was like, this motherfucker has luck with all kinds of girls, man. It cracks me the hell up. Even some of the girls in the this in the Hunters Society, they're also trying to go after him, and I'm like, damn, bro. Like some of these girls are damn fine though. I love the animation of this series because, like, again, and it's not just that's not the only part that I love about it. It's just whenever I see these like fight scenes, one of my favorite fight scenes is a guy named Igris. Yeah, it's like think think your existential think of a knight in shining armor, but he's like super. He doesn't. He looks like a twink, honestly. He looks like a tall ass twink. But like piss him off, and you won't even be conscious enough to regret it because he tosses you around like a fucking rag doll, and that's what he did in the beginning to our friend, the main character called Jin Woo. Yeah, I know. So it's a weird name, but the concept is based off of a Korean manga, and I loved. I actually read some of it, or at least some of it, based on certain. I've actually read a lot of these kind of these comics. They're based off of web comics. And honestly, I feel like if they did that more with some of the comics in web comics, dude, the anime would be even better. It would be so much better. Like some of the characters are more defined. Some of the tactics are even better. I think I felt like there was one that made me laugh, and I felt like I wanted to see. It was it was a comic about a guy. I think it was the last. I think it was called the last Necromancer or something like that, or the first one, or something of that nature, where it was basically a guy coming back from the future because he saw the end of the world, basically, and he somehow wished to, go back from into the past, and somehow his wish was granted, but with his actual abilities from the future. He gained this ability, and I'm like, okay, this is gonna be interesting. Sure enough, he makes he makes decisions based on what he remembers what happened in the future. This, oh my god, dude! If we had a video or an anime that had something similar to that, I mean, we have only one that I can think of, and it only so far it has one season, and it it leaves you in a cliffhanger. Like, don't get me wrong, guys. I don't mind it. It's a good anime for what it is. I just feel like they need to do better. Like I feel like some of the animes that are really good um, only have one season, and the season is barely 12 episodes. Guys, I feel like if you're gonna do a season, if you're gonna do a good series, make it at least 20 episodes. If not 24, fine. Like that's one of my favorite numbers when it comes to anime because at least you'll know it'll get good. That's why I like how they brought a second season of Solo Leveling because you knew it got better and better. It's one of the few animes that like it heat up fast. Like that, and if you really get into it and you watch it all the way through, you know it will keep heating up over and over, and it will not get stale. It is just amazing. The artwork, the game, dude. If it was an actual game that was on like a console, that game would break records in my personal opinion. If you guys don't believe, if you don't agree with me, hey, that's your opinion, and you are welcome to it. Um, but anyway, thank you for checking out my videos, guys. I sincerely appreciate it. Hopefully, I see you in my other videos, and hopefully, you guys will be out there checking out my gaming videos because those need a lot of TLC. Anyway, take care, be safe, and be happy. I love you guys all. Be and remember, the magic's out there. All you have to do is find it and use it for the ones you love. As corny and sappy as that is. Take care. Be safe. Friendly neighborhood gamer G, Candor, signing off.